It's important to understand how this community felt when they first were installed, and of course, what they do for the community now. Look at the size of this, oh my God. You might be wondering what I'm doing here in Glasgow. A few weeks ago, I saw that there were plans for potential wind farms on Alderney, and so I phoned up James Lancaster from Alderney Electricity. I said, James, what is going on? And so James said, Cam, come to Glasgow.
Hi, Cam. Here we are again.
Why are we in Glasgow, James?
Right, we're going to a little island about the size of Alderney, and we're going to go and talk to the locals because they've got some wind turbines. And we thought it would be a good idea to come out and find what another community that's already taken this step thinks about what they've done.
Not as good as Alderney though, is it?
No, nowhere near as good as Alderney.
Okay, so before we go and see these wind turbines, we're off to see a company called Nova, along with the team that built Alderney's very modern power station.
What do you do?
So I designed the power station effectively to accommodate all these technologies that we've been working so hard towards to get to this point, really.
Yes, sir.
Gary, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nova specialise in tidal energy, which would be perfect for Alderney since we have very fast flowing waters, and the fact they're stuck to the ocean floor means we barely even know they're there.
I think right about now we're going to go and see their control centre. It's only when you meet people who are like this, who will share the same passion and expertise for something, do you realise that, you know what, it's just best to let the experts get on with it and, you know, just do what you love, you know. I don't know what that is. I don't think anyone does. Do you know what that is?
Yes, a PLC control system.
Can I ask you to explain what that is to someone like me?
This is the power producing part of our turbine.
It's like the ones we saw in the power station. It's that having a diesel engine powering the generator, you would now have. So imagine a hub on there with 3 of those sticking out. There you go.
Exactly.
Do you want it? Do you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah! You know what this is?
It's almost identical to what you've got in the power station on Alderney.
All the same stuff in there.
These floating solar panels work pretty much the same as they would on land, but the fact that they're in the water means that they're hardly taking up too much space.
So that's been in the water now for I think it's about 8 months, working away perfectly, and they're providing green, clean power into the port.
You like the floating solar?
I like it. It's good. I mean, we have a number of open water spaces like that in the quarry. If you put that kind of stuff actually on the surface, it's well sheltered and it's not taking up land.
So James, where is our next stop on this tour?
We are going to Bathgate, going to meet Invinity Energy Systems.
Ooh.
And they're battery storage people.
Do you know anything about batteries?
I've built many batteries.
Oh.
First thing to take into account about our batteries is that they're safe and they last forever.
If you can get one of these cameras going all day.
That's not what our batteries are for.
What am I even looking at right now? I'm looking at a container.
You're looking at, that's where all the energy storage is. That's where you will be storing the power from your renewables, the excess from Alderney, however it may be.
Everyone's kind of talking very technical right now, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit from my point of view. Renewable energy has always had big issues with storing excess energy. This is the solution to that. We can store energy, which is just amazing, and they're full of water, which is weird. Yeah, he said it's full of water.
The battery in your car is a lead acid battery, but the actual, most of the liquid is water.
Oh.
But it's, you know, it's sulfuric acid.
Didn't know anything about batteries, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, this is all very technical stuff. It's kind of going in one ear, out the other ear. So I'm really trying to just sort of try my best here to just sort of, yeah, stay out the way, really. And you must understand this, right? Hey? I think we've actually chosen a great day to come to Gigha. I want to go and interview the locals. I want to find out what these wind farms have done for them. If it's good or bad. If it's bad, and then we're about to find out. What exactly do you think of the wind turbines on Gigha?
I don't dislike them. They're part of the scenery now. It would actually look strange if they weren't there anymore.
Good, bad, ugly?
No, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. They've been there and they're doing a job better than the other alternatives.
We're here, let's get back in the car. Over there we've seen some seals, which, as we know from Alderney, also remind me of home.
I think when they're whirling around, we're getting something from the window. I actually like them. I think they've got a nice structure, really.
I noticed there's some massive wind turbines on one of the end of the islands. I mean, what's the story behind that?
Building money for the island, which is quite good, because it's community owned.
Is overall positive or negative?
Oh, positive, I'd say, yeah.
Do you think that the island sort of gained more from having them here than before?
I think so, yeah.
In 2005, the 3,000 ladies went up. Profit from the turbines to save us from paying tax. We vote money up every year, so the profits, and that all goes back into renovations of the houses.
This is really about just trying to give the community some confidence that there are other communities that, do you know what, have done this, and it hasn't been a massive problem, and it hasn't.
No, it hasn't scarred the ones. Any kind of development, there's always that. It's going to be horrifying as soon as things are constructed, they start to settle in. There's not that kind of resentment, I suppose, against the turbines.
That was really interesting. These turbines actually put profit into the community. They opened a caravan park, which was all through the profits of the wind turbine. We're going to go and try and see these wind turbines this afternoon and find out what all this fuss is about. So we just got here, and they're not as big as they seem from a distance, to be honest with you.
I think we're about 200 yards away tops. So this is the noise you get, and we can just talk normally here over the noise.
It's nice to have spoken to some locals already and find out that they don't disagree with them, you know, and they certainly don't see them every day as an eyesore. I mean, it's very cool to think a small island like this is producing its own income using the wind around it. As a journalist for the Guernsey Press, how does it feel being close up and seeing?
Great, actually. There are concerns that they're noisy. Not at all. As you can see, we're chatting away quite normally right next to them as well.
Is there somewhere that this is all being stored? Is there a converter station?
Here, the local grid is 11 kV, 11,000 volts, which is exactly the same grid voltage as we have in Alderney. The power that comes off this is converted to 11,000 volts and gets simply fed into the local grid. The people of Gigha are using some of the power, but these turbines produce more power than the people of Gigha need. So most of the power these are generating goes back to the mainland.
Wow.
And the islanders get paid for that electricity.
So there you go. This is the island of Gigha. These are the dancing ladies. And this is how a very small island has managed to create its own income and sustainability for the future. Now look, I don't know whether or not Alderney is ready for renewable energy, but I love the fact that we can come out here and find out other places that really are. And well, it's given me a lot of hope for the future.